Welcome to Retire Smart Louisiana. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Gary Pouwels of Retire Smart Louisiana. And you know at home, the retirement storm is upon us. But the question is, viewers at home, where are you going to go to take shelter? And who's going to be your umbrella in the storm? Well, we think it's going to be Gary. In today's show, we're going to talk all about the importance of retirement planning. So again, thank you for joining us. Gary, how are you today?
I'm doing great. And you?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm always excited just to hear about things that are going on because I know that you've been so busy. Talk a little bit about that. Obviously, people are calling in. They've been watching the show. They're scheduling time with you. What has life been like in the office for you lately?
Unbelievable.
Okay.
I'm hopping all over the place. We got more people coming in than you can even imagine. We're getting a lot of referrals now from existing clients, so that's another key to our success. Plus all the tools that we have in place now, it's really making a huge difference. People are starting to understand that we're trying to do something a little different than everybody else.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we stand out. I truly believe that.
I 100% agree with that. And so today's show, talking a little bit about some harsh truths about financial success. I know people are probably leaning in right now going, what did she say? Harsh truths about financial success? But what are they, Gary?
Oh, there's some things that I don't like to talk about, but I usually do anyway.
Okay.
Number one, your job is not going to make you financially rich.
Okay.
It's extremely important people understand that because bottom line is you're the only one who could take the step to make yourself financially successful.
Okay.
Your job is just a place to make money, right?
It's true.
Believe it or not, you're making that corporation rich. You're not making yourself rich. Because, and I hate to say this, but you know, the wealthy have to buy time. And the poor have to sell their time.
Wow.
And that's just the way it is. So you got to trade one for the other. And hopefully, as we start learning a little bit more in life, we start actually buying time. Because sometimes we do things that we shouldn't be doing because we can actually hire somebody to do it cheaper. Because look, if you got to take a day off to go cut your grass and you can pay somebody $30 to cut your grass, why would you take that day off? It just doesn't make a good financial decision.
True, that makes sense.
So you got to kind of adjust the way you do things. And I'm going to tell you another thing. People don't like me saying this, but bottom line is your network is your net worth.
Oh.
So the people you hang around with sometimes tend to drive your net worth way up, and sometimes they'll drive it down. Okay. So we got to be careful about who we associate with, number one. And I'm not saying don't have friends, because we all grow up with people that aren't super rich and probably made some mistakes in life. But we can help those people too. You know? So bottom line is, sometimes when you want to get to the next level, you start hanging around with people that know something about where you need to be. Okay.
That's true.
So if you meet a new person that's been in the financial business for a long time, and you associate yourself with that person, you're going to learn a lot, and it will take you to that next level. And I don't think people understand that 100%. So they keep making the same mistakes, and they listen to people that they shouldn't be listening to.
True.
In other words, your coworker might not make the best decision for you.
That's true.
You know, he might tell you, hey, look, you got to buy this stock, or you got to go put your money in this kind of crypto and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden things plummet, and he goes, hey, look, I only suggested it. I didn't tell you to go do it.
Why'd you listen to me? No. One of the things I love that you say is wealth is about ownership, not effort. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. Look, you can work yourself to death and never become a wealthy person because you're just going about it the wrong way. You have to take ownership in the mistakes you made and the things you've done right. Never fear success. Okay? And I think that's a lot of people do fear success. They say, oh, I'll never be like him. I'll never have his money. I'll never do that. You know, I can't take that chance. No, you have to take some chances in life. Sure. You really do. That's the only way you're going to learn, you know? When you're a young child, you know, it's hard for us, for our children, when they take that first step, you're right there. You want to guide them and hold on to them, and you don't want them to fall down. But sometimes it's better to let them fall, because they're going to get back up on their own. They'll figure it out. Okay. Right? But if we keep helping them every step of the way, they're not going to learn anything. And those are the kind of people you don't want to hang around with. The people that keep telling you, I'll take care of this for you. And they don't ever want you to learn anything, okay? I don't want to associate myself with people like that. I want somebody to encourage me to learn something new, all right?
Absolutely.
It's really important. You know, we're not too old to learn new things. And look, we definitely are not too old to make mistakes, because we still make mistakes all along the way.
100%.
But if you let a mistake stop you, that's when you fail.
That's true. That's true. Well, Gary, what about saving alone won't make you financially free? Saving alone.
No, that's true. Look, putting money in a savings account at 1% is definitely not going to make you financially free, because inflation's eating it up. You have to be willing to take that next step and sit down with somebody that knows how to move your money along to make successful decisions. And just by putting it in the bank and throwing money out of the bank, it's not getting you anywhere in life. And that's not how you succeed financially. It's just not.
I love that you also say this, your social circle determines your net worth. And are we talking a little bit about keeping up with the Joneses and the desire to not do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people tend to want to have the things that other people have. And it might not be in your budget, but people tend to make it in their budget. They'll take a loan out and put themselves in debt for no reason just to keep up with the Joneses. And that is a bad idea. Look, I could care less if you drive up to my office and you drive in a BMW or a Lexus, or it doesn't matter to me. You got there, you came to see me. A car is a car, you know? Bottom line is, yeah, we all like nice things in life, but sometimes we can't afford some of the things that we wish for.
It's true. Very true.
So, and if it's going to put you in a bind, why do it? You know, it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And you said this earlier, but this is so true. I want to actually repeat it. Rich people buy time, poor people sell time.
That is absolutely true. And you know, we see it every day. You know, when you see a corporation, and we hear about it all the time, why did that individual not pay any taxes? Well, because they figured out a way to do it. Because their taxes are shared, okay? And plus, they're literally hiring all these people to work for them. They're giving that person an opportunity to make a salary, okay? They're taking all the risks. The employees are not, okay? So those employees basically are selling their time for a paycheck, and then the owner of that corporation is buying time through those people to make his corporation successful. That's just a way of life.
Very, very true. Well, Gary, you have a very special message to our viewers at home. Please spend some time talking about what that is today.
Absolutely, folks. Look, if you get the opportunity, I want you to call into 888-568-1755. That's 888-568-1755. You're not going to regret it. It's absolutely free. And I would also like you to go to rstaxcalc.com. If you're concerned about how much taxes you're going to pay in retirement, this is an opportunity to plug in your information, and it's all free, folks. Go ahead and do it. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't do it, it could cost you everything. If you do it, it's going to cost you nothing. So take the opportunity.
Gary, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, take the opportunity today. Visit rstaxcalc.com. Once again, rstaxcalc.com. If you're curious where you're standing currently with your tax obligation, it takes just a few moments to enter in some information. Gary thinks you're going to be very surprised at what you receive in an email, and we agree with that statement. It's going to be very eye-opening. And if you have to make some changes, wouldn't you want to do that today? This is your retirement. You want to get it right. That number to call, again, is 888-568-1755. You're calling in to book your complimentary consultation with Gary. You've worked your entire life to get to the retirement years. Don't you deserve to have peace of mind? We think you do. It starts with one phone call, 888-568-1755. We'll be right back after this very short commercial break.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place and then help determine if you're well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision, so why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you're getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back to Retire Smart Louisiana. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Gary Pouwels of Retire Smart Louisiana, because you know at home the retirement storm is upon us. So where do you go for shelter? Where are you going to find your umbrella? Well, today's show is all about proper planning so that you can have peace of mind when that retirement storm comes ashore. Gary, I love today's show, obviously talking about just how to plan properly for retirement. And one of the things that we should talk about in this next segment would be, how does inflation and risk affect your clients' portfolios? Talk a little bit about that, inflation and risk.
Okay. Well, inflation definitely does, because it's eating up whatever gains you're getting in any investment portfolio you have presently. But folks, I got to tell you something, and I'm going to be a little blunt with this right now. If you're watching this TV show, evidently there's something missing either in your portfolio or you have a concern about the direction you're going in. And if that's the case, you might need to get a second opinion. It's just like anything else. You know, if you're not sleeping good at night because your mattress is falling apart, you go and you change the mattress out, right? You buy a new one. And when you do that, you sleep better at night. It's the same thing with your financial plan. If you're feeling uncomfortable, get that second opinion. You know, look, whether it's inflation, whether it's my portfolio's not growing or my portfolio's losing money, it's all the same thing, folks. Bottom line is, we're here for you. We can give you that second opinion, and we say it all the time. You can't get a second opinion from the person who gave you the first opinion.
That is so true. That really, truly is. And talk a little bit about inflation overall, how that can erode your wealth, because we talked about this in prior episodes, Gary. Even things in the grocery store, astronomically
Absolutely.
high compared to where they were a few years ago. If you're a retiree, and let's say you're on a certain budget, a certain fixed income, if you will, is it important that it keeps up with where inflation is today?
Oh, absolutely. Well, here's the thing. Well, when it comes to inflation, we have no control over it.
Okay.
Okay. So the only thing we can do is adjust stuff. You know, and one of the last shows I said, I can adjust the sails. I can't change the direction of the wind.
Right.
Well, that's so extremely correct, because bottom line is, whatever the government is doing with inflation, we're not going to change it on our own. The only thing we can do is put checks and balances in the system, so when inflation does go up, we have other areas that are protecting us from that. Now, tax-free plans are a great way to do that. That are growing, and not only that, the government's not taking its chunk. So you're removing a little bit of inflation, because as taxes go up, you're not involved, right? You're in the driver's seat. So that's some of the things that we do for our clients. We start adjusting their portfolio so they're paying less in taxes, which is a great thing, all right? And that shifts some of the burden away from, the government burden, should I say, away from them, and puts them a little bit in a better position, puts them back in the driver's seat. And then look, we're all in the same boat together. Sometimes we just have to start spending a little bit more wisely, And look, I go for bargain deals all the time when I go shopping, and everybody should be doing that. And there's certain things that you can't get a bargain on. And one of those things is planning for your future. If you're going to go out there and bargain shop with a financial planner, you're making a huge mistake. You need to look at the ones that are really good at what they're doing, and make certain you understand that if they're going to put you in something, it's going to be very beneficial for you and not for him. Because here's where inflation really goes wrong. When the market is crashing and you're still paying a fee to your financial planner, all right? Now, not only are you getting hit with the inflation problem, but you're also losing money at the same time. So you're really going backwards at that point.
Absolutely.
So it's a big issue.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And another issue would be risk. Obviously, so many people are taking so much risk, but you think a very good idea would be to create income streams, lower your risk by doing so.
Absolutely. there's a lot of good tools out there, and we can either lower the risk or eliminate it completely. And a lot of people don't know that these tools even exist. They just don't understand, how can we do that? It's very, very simple. All you have to do is come see us, folks, and we'll show you these tools. And I think you will really get a good understanding of why we talk about this so much, because a lot of people don't talk about it. They would rather keep you at risk because some of these financial planners, that's how they make their money.
Interesting. What about annuities? What are your thoughts on those?
Annuities are a great tool, especially in retirement. That's one of the tools in our arsenal. I love being very diversified. I mean, I like income streams from all over the place. I like guaranteed incomes. I like annuities that are growth accumulation. And a lot of those have no fees whatsoever.
Okay.
So instead of putting your money in the market and you're losing money and paying a fee, and here's the biggest issue is, you're paying fees on top of money that doesn't even belong to you. The taxes are not yours. The Uncle Sam's going to take that money, okay? And you're paying a fee on the money you owe to Uncle Sam to that broker. So they double dipping.
Yeah.
Now, is that really a fiduciary?
No, it's not.
So,
And then I'm also thinking,
me.
we're talking about obviously risk, but the opposite of that would be people that are taking like no risk by keeping money
That's
in
another
the
problem.
bank. So talk a little bit about that. People not taking enough risk.
Yeah. Well, anybody that comes to me and they tell me that they're sitting on $1 million sitting in a bank account and it's, basically not making any money at all, I got a huge problem with that. And the first thing they tell me is, well, I don't want to lose any money. Well, you are losing money because inflation is eating it up. And here's the other problem. With everything that's going on in the world right now, our dollar is dropping in value considerably.
Yes.
So they're saying within the next 5 years, the dollar is going to be worth like 60 cents on the dollar. So as the dollar starts eroding and you got your money sitting in an investment tool that's not making anything, not only is your wealth eroding, but the inflation factor is eroding it too. Now you're losing buying power. Now you got all kinds of problems. So taking some of that money and putting it in a tool that's even guaranteed, we have a lot of tools out there which you can get a guaranteed return on that is paying as high as like 6% right now.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Where can you go? And I'm talking about up to 10 years, locking in for up to 10 years.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
That's true. That's true. That's amazing. And again, you say, once again, your net worth is equal to your networks. Really emphasize that a little bit more, Gary. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's another one that's ugly. Because bottom line, sometimes we tend to hang around with people and we make the same mistakes they're making because they're telling us, hey, this is what I do and you do the same thing. So bottom line is we have to be careful who we associate with when it comes to investments. If you're taking, information from an individual that has $20,000, $30,000 in an investment account and they're in all at risk, that's a huge mistake. And if you listen to that individual, you're going to put yourself in the same position. So $20,000, $30,000 is not a lot of money in today's world. So you would definitely want to put that in a tool that's compounding annually with a fixed interest rate.
Okay.
So we do things a little differently with lower funds. And that's why I'm saying, depending on who you're hanging around with and who you're getting your information with and who you're listening to, could put you in a bad situation.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, I know that you would love people to visit rsretirementquiz.com. We're going to take our next commercial break, but what can people find when they go to that website?
Oh, number one, they're going to get their answers to all their questions. And it's very easy to go through, folks. It's just simple questions. You're going to plug in your name. You're going to plug in whether you're male or female, and you're just going to go through the questionnaire. It's simple. Anybody can do it. And you're going to get your feedback right away. So I would suggest take that survey. Basically, you can go to rsretirementquiz.com and find out whether or not you're prepared for the storm. You may need another umbrella. So let's call 888-568-1755.
Gary, thank you so much, especially if your current umbrella has a hole in it. So you're definitely going to need another umbrella. That number to call is 888-568-1755. Again, 888-568-1755. Or even simpler and better still is to go ahead and visit the RSRetirementquiz.com rsretirementquiz.com. Take a few moments. It's so worth your time. Put some information into that website and let Gary guide you with what the answers are. You deserve to have a stress-free retirement. This is your opportunity to get exactly that. We're going to take a very short commercial break here on Retire Smart Louisiana. Don't go anywhere. I have so much more with Gary when we return.
The work never seems to end until the day it finally does. After nearly a lifetime on the job, you should be rewarded for all the time you spent working. Whether that's crossing off items on your bucket list, learning a new passion, or rekindling the love of an old one. After all, life isn't over when you stop working. It's the start of an all-new chapter. The one where you're the writer and you get to choose how your story will go. A way to achieve that is by having a clear financial plan to sustain your golden years. The biggest fear most retirees have is if they'll have enough money to maintain the lifestyle they've always enjoyed. Having a plan to help protect you against the curveballs life often throws will help to maintain your lifestyle. Call today to get your free written financial plan so you may live every day to the fullest and enjoy the retirement of your dreams.
Welcome back to Retire Smart Louisiana. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Gary Pouwels of Retire Smart Louisiana. And what we're talking about today, of course, is the retirement storm that is upon us. You deserve to take shelter, especially when it starts to rain, especially when you don't want to get wet. That's what Gary is providing to you today. Gary, today's show is so important. Obviously, every week we talk about the importance of proper planning for retirement, but really today we are diving in. Yep. Some of the most important questions I want to ask you all circle around one thing. Are there any changes that people can make to improve their present situation? Any changes that you would advise?
Yes, I definitely, I can't tell people enough. Get that second opinion, number one. You know, it doesn't cost you anything, folks. Get the second opinion. And if you decide that you want to stay with your present plan, that's perfectly fine. And if you decide you want me to help you and keep your present plan, I'm perfectly fine with that too. But you at least need to take that first step. If you're watching this TV show right now, that means you do have some concerns. And if you already have a planner, maybe he's not making you feel too comfortable. So the first step is get that second opinion. After that, once they come in and see us, we're going to look over everything they got in place all over again. We're going to go step by step. And then if we have to make changes, we're going to suggest the changes. And I hate to use this term, I can lead you to the water, I can't make you drink. And I've said that before many times, but it's so true.
Yes.
You know, we try to help people all the time. And I'm going to tell you something. It's frustrating when you get somebody that comes in and they says, I have to think about it. All right?
Yeah.
There's nothing to think about when it comes to retirement. You're either going to make a change and do something about the issue or you're not. And if you don't expect things to get better because they're just not going to get better.
Yeah.
All right? So if you're failing in retirement right now, you have to take that initial step. Once you do that, we can help you. And then we start the list. And then, like I said before, if you're doing something good, we leave it alone. We don't fix it if it's not broken.
Okay.
But if it's broken, I'm going to try to fix it for you. And it could be something as simple as you walk in the door and you tell me, look, I have no plan at all. We start from scratch. Or it could be something as, you know, my plan is telling me I really only need a will and I don't need a trust. And then that's where we step in and say, no, you need a trust. And here's the reason why.
Yeah.
So we explain all those things to people. And that's a big part of the process. You know, we dig in deep.
Yes.
And we want to know where they're hurting, you know. What are their concerns? And that's where we go.
So, Gary, what is the perfect time to start retirement planning? What age do you recommend? Is it ever too early to start?
Never.
Okay.
I got some people 20 years old right now already preparing for retirement because their parents are my clients. And once they met me, I always tell them it's never too early to start.
Yeah.
So now they're pushing their kids, and I love it because, you know, I always say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. If the parents are doing good, the kids are probably going to do good too. If the parents are not doing good, the kids are probably not going to do good. And that's when we step in and we say, okay, look, we can help. and we can help your children. So I don't care what age you are. Come see us.
Yes, most definitely. Because again, even like you said earlier, when you upgrade your mattress, you sleep better, right?
Absolutely.
So again, having a better retirement plan, having it tweaked, is going to bring you peace of mind into your retirement years.
You're not tossing and turning anymore like a rotisserie chicken.
Well, there's a visual. Well, Gary, we have a couple minutes left of today's show, and obviously people at home right now, they're leaning in and they just want to know, should I pick up the phone? Should I visit this website? What advice and guidance can you give those people that are maybe on the fence today, that aren't sure if they're ready to take action, or maybe they feel they've made too many mistakes and you can't help them? Do you have advice for those folks?
Yes, don't listen to what other people are telling you right now. I'm telling you, please pick up the phone. We can help you. We can help anybody. Look, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. Mm-hmm. We all make mistakes. But bottom line, don't let that stop you from moving forward with your financial planning. Because bottom line is, we all need it. It's a tool that's a necessity going into retirement. Without a plan, you will fail. And if you have a plan that's not working today, it won't work tomorrow. So please call 888-568-1755. Look, we have the tools on the screen. Use them. Scan that QR code if you need to do that, and let's get it done. Bottom line, folks, is, look, today's the day. Don't slow down on your decision. Call us. We will help you. It's not if we can help you, it's we will help you. Please call the number as soon as you can. 888-568-1755.
Gary, thank you so much for another amazing episode this week. To our viewers at home, most importantly, that website we want to share with you one more time today, so please grab a pen, piece of paper. It's rsretirementquiz.com. Again, rsretirementquiz.com. It will take just a couple minutes out of your day, but we feel the peace of mind that you will receive once Gary calls you will be worth taking that time. Again, rsretirementquiz.com. The number to call on your screen to book a personal one-on-one consultation with Gary is 888-568-1755. 888-568-1755. You know the retirement storm is upon us. This is your opportunity to take shelter. Be safe in the storm. Finally, who dat? Go Tigers. Thank you for spending time with us today on Retire Smart Louisiana. We can't wait to see you back 1 week from today. Take care now. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed.